Welcome to the rundown. This is your boy AP, and I got my boy Uncle Money. We back at it again with some new boxing news that's coming up. Boxing is full today, but we're gonna start this off. How do you feel about Uncle Money? I'm about to jump into it. Let's see. So right now we got the tournament, the 140 tournament. We got Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia going through a tournament. Ryan Garcia fighting Rolly Romero and Devin Haney is fighting Jose Ramirez. That's going to be a hell of a tournament right now to see if they're going to make it through the gauntlet so they can fight each other at the end. And also we got Teofimo Lopez that's supposed to fight Richardson Hitson. So these young fighters say like they're gonna go all in, and all of them are gonna fight each other at the end. Supposedly, what Turki Alalshikh said, he said that that's what he's running as a tournament for them, so they can all fight at the end. And TFL after Richardson Hitson supposed to fight Boots Ennis, but we're gonna go into that later. Um, so how do you feel about this tournament at 140 that we have going on with these young kings right now?
Well, you know what? This is actually good. I was disliking the meat riding from Turkey because
What do you mean by that?
everyone likes to meat ride the man, but you got to meat ride him. No Diddy on this because he's giving us what we want. He's making it a tournament. That's what's missing these days. When's the last time you really saw a tournament in boxing or even MMA for that matter? So we have a tournament, and yes, Ryan and Devin, they're fighting on the same card, not each other. So we're going to see they're supposed to win. All right, on paper they're supposed to win. So then if they do win to see if they're really about it, then it can be matched up for them to have their rematch. So I'm loving the tournament because it's no more BS. This is to see, are you about it? In basketball, there's tournament, there's the playoffs, and football and baseball, everywhere there's playoffs. So this right here is the boxing playoffs. This is the playoffs for boxing. And it don't matter what you do in it does matter what you do in the regular season, but the playoffs is when it counts down. Can you show up in the playoffs? And since this is a tournament, which is the equivalent to the playoffs, can you show up? Will you show up? And I love it. We need more of these playoffs in box. That's what I'm gonna call it now. This is the boxing playoffs. So I love it, man.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Turkish Sheik is bringing back boxing. He's putting boxing on his back and said, "Hey, we're gonna have these fights. I pay them. Doesn't matter. They ain't asking for that much money. They asking for what 3-4 million.
It ain't
That's
much.
I wipe my I wipe my ass with that. So, I feel like it's a great opportunity. I feel like Ryan Garcia has um an easier fight than Devin Haney,
Yeah.
only because of Jose Ramirez is actually as a dog, but also Devin Haney took an ass whooping, and to come back from that
Yeah.
ass whooping to go fight somebody that's a dog, that's kind of harder to overcome. Ryan Garcia got all the confidence in the world. He did spar Rolly Romero maybe a couple years ago, and it looked like a competitive fight. I mean, it's just that it was sparring, so you really can't say too much about sparring. But Rolly, he's just a something fun to entertain. Rolly's gonna come out there, and I feel like Ryan left hooks on knock him out. But then, but hey, anything can happen in boxing. So
Yeah. Yeah, I
so
do feel like this is
I
a harder fight for Devin Haney, like you said, because like it's just look, he's coming off of a loss. Not only is he coming off of a loss, but all the outside extracurricular activities that's gotten to him. So yeah, the psychological fact is you have more. You got a lot to prove. You got a lot to prove now. So the pressure is really on Devin Haney. I mean, as far like you said, Ryan. I mean, Ryan he's on cloud nine right now. He's confident. He know what he can do, but that loss when you take your first L, either you can bounce back from it or you're screwed. So we're going to see if Devin Haney can bounce back from a loss.
Yeah, and yes, people in the comments, we know that Devin Haney's loss got retracted, but we all saw it. He got his ass whooped. It's just what it was. So we're gonna count it as a loss right now.
It's a loss. I'm gonna run
so,
down this loss.
but at the end of the day, um, we'll see with Haney if he can overcome this. I mean, I feel like that's what most people are trying to watch. I think, from my knowledge, Ryan Garcia is actually the main event.
Yeah, he's the
So
main event. Yeah,
yes,
as
so
he
I
should.
mean. Yeah, he should. He got the buying power. I mean, people want to act like that's nothing, even though Devin Haney is undisputed and all different things like that, and couple one division and everything like that. But Ryan Garcia brings the money. So at the end of the day, he's gonna be
Yeah, it ain't even
head
about
of,
the, yeah, because he has a social media presence, and also like just the fact, whether the we want to count the loss or not. At the end of the day, he beat Devin Haney, so obviously you're gonna put the person who won higher up. That's just the way it works. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
And
yeah,
rematch is gonna be at 147 too. So they're making a gauntlet, basically that Ryan Garcia, I think Teofimo Lopez is moving up to 147 after a couple fights at 140. So because he's trying to fight Boots Ennis too. So like that tournament is trying to get Boots, Devin, Tio, Ryan. Oh, that's gonna be crazy. Crazy.
147 is back because one aside from heavyweight, 147 was always the lit division, man. It was always lit, and since Crawford and Spence, wasn't no 147 making no noise anymore. So now, hey, 147 is making some noise again. So I'm happy.
Yeah, so I'm really glad about this tournament. I mean, we're gonna tune in when the fights get closer to happening because it could be
Yeah.
injuries, stuff like that happen. So we're not gonna dive too deep into it. But I do want just let y'all know this tournament was signed, inked, and dotted, and it looks like 147 is going to be back because I feel like they're going to fight at 140 for like a catch weight in between, and then they're going to go to 147. And but if this tournament does happen and all them fights, I mean, Boots, he could have a great resume at the end if he fights them too. Um,
Yeah.
I feel like that would be the end winner of all of them, if anything.
Yeah.
But that's just my
Yeah.
opinion. But at the end of the day, the Turkey Alalshikh appreciate that. And this tournament, we're gonna see Ryan try to get. I mean, not Ryan, Devin try to get his get back. I really just think Ryan got Devin number. Just to be honest with you, but
Mhm.
um, yeah, I'm happy with this tournament.
Yeah.
Let's have more of these tournaments. Let me
How
have these tournaments
How much is
on.
going? How much this fight gonna cost on pay per view? Because we talked about Turkey said $20 pay per views. Because we don't stream, we don't illegally stream it. By the way, AP and I we order all the pay per views. We have never illegally streamed anything. We don't just let y'all know. But yeah, how much is this fight? It's like $20, right?
Yeah, it'd be. I mean, we don't know yet because they haven't
Yeah,
promoting it. But
yeah,
Turkey Alalshikh says it's gonna be cheaper. I mean, he's been making cheaper
yeah,
fights, so I mean that's cool. Cause go back to those $30 days back in the day in the '90s and 2000, they had those $30 days
yeah,
because
yeah,
boxing just haven't been fighting the fights we've been wanting to fight. So, but
yeah.
I feel like this is
Because
great.
we've never illegally streamed. No,
Yeah,
never.
yeah. But but we're gonna have but I think he's gonna make more tournaments. I feel like these tournaments is dope because remember we had the Super Six back
Yeah,
in the day, stuff like that. I feel like that'd be
yeah,
great for boxing itself because we get these best fight the best, man. We tired of them, running around. And I hope Tank Davis can take away his pride and join the the Turkey Alalshikh's crew. I understand, but this is about money and legacy, man. I understand you were Al, but come on. I believe that if Tank went over to the 140 and got him before they went to 147, I think he'd get all of them, me personally.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean,
Definitely.
but at the end of the day, keep these tournaments going. That's when we bring boxing back, and then it might be just like the UFC, have the best fight the best. But yeah, that's my
Hmm.
take for today about this. But
Yeah,
let's get these tournaments happen. I'm excited. March 2nd.
let's
Let's get
do
this
it.
rolling.